Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door. It's locked. Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon.
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Tom.
How is your stay with us?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work.
Who is treating you?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me.
You don't seem worried.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But
Can I do?
nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you.
So do you let her bite you?
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doc.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly...
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for...
Damn.
Good evening, Miss Howard.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I...
Would you say...
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul.
Do you plan to...
Of course not. How could I inflict my...
I'll leave you. Good evening, Mr. Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it?
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory.
You remained perfectly nice.
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bar...
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand. Good old Tom.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities...
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people.
How did you end up...
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior.
You dared to enter this awful place alone.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here.
What is the general
The situation has always been tough.
Who leads?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know? the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug it.
What do you do for a living, Mr.?
I manage a night asylum for the poor and
Are you a priest?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just...
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
How do you feel, Mr.?
I feel exhausted.
You're in good hands here.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest.
Have you made friends?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. I cannot enter. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently...
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be
How is the Pembroke staff coping?
Well, not well. Milton the
Why is Milton
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation.
Why does Milton dislike...
I don't know. Just ask...
How would you
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patient.
You must get a...
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end...
How long have you been...
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning?
You'd be surprised what dedicate...
Sorry, Doctor.
Pepper, are you sure you...
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream.
But you're doing something important here. For all the patients who need...
We save lives, sure. Each...
Goodbye, nurse. Good
I
evening.
need blood.
Who are you?
Is that...
I'm...
Meredith?
I'll leave you.
Disgust on every street corner. Daily routine.
Yes, Doc.
Exactly. Please, could you...
It's the large boarded-up building behind the hospital.
Why then?
At the Pembroke, we're all...
Your dedication,
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doc.
lack of sleep, and the medical profession always ends in disaster.
London's trenches start here at
That's all. Good evening, Dr. Strange.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
I'm quite busy, right?
Thank you. Good evening, Dr.
And good evening.
Good...
You always knew...
Good evening, Mr. Fit.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
Oh, sweet girl.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Raquel?
No. I believe we must do all the...
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict.
You're a wise man.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man.
Do you really believe good...
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse.
And quite depressing.
Yes, but the good news...
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed...
Whatever your motives, you're making money.
No offense, sir, but Dr. These people...
Whatever your...
No offense...
Please.
Of course. It's...
It's locked, all right.
It never ceases to amaze me.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong.
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack...
Do you know that Nurse...
That's not a surprise.
Does it not bother?
Sometimes I think she may be right.
Do you need any...
I'm fine, Doc. Physically, at least.
Goodbye.
Supposed to be an hospital. A pigsty with smell.
Good evening.
Dr. Reed. Still.
And why?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more...
Do you ever think about that?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget.
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
Only the strongest...
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
That man...
What a surprise.
How is your...
This is a shitty place, which...
What's wrong?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see.
The nurses aren't too ugly.
What's wrong with...
Come on, Dr. Reed.
But you're alive, thank...
What are you expecting, a medal?
How long do you think...
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to book.
We can't escape the consequences of...
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who...
And who...
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who...
I'll leave you.
Please, sir.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement.
How long have you been...
I can't go there.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what... Where was your friend?
He went down by the canal.
What can you tell me?
His name is Oswald Thatcher.
What can you
I'm Oswald's best friend.
This is a dangerous part.
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital.
I have all the...
Thank you, Doc.
I cannot enter. It's locked. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody... So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.